Welcome back to another episode of Sneaker Talk. This is going to be episode number 8. And the topics that I want to talk about today are all about wearing your shoes, and not just wearing them on your feet. I want to talk about the actual questions that you may ask yourself when it actually comes to wearing your shoes. And the first question that I'll ask is, how far gone does a pair of shoes have to be for them to be considered a beater pair of shoes? This actually happened to me recently on my trip to Boston to my 2010 Air Max Infrareds. I looked down at my feet one day after walking around the city, and I noticed all these stains along the toe box and the suede of the shoe. And as soon as I saw that these had become as dirty as they are now, I immediately thought to myself that these are probably going to become my taking out the trash shoes. And as I've said many times in the past, this particular shoe is my all-time favorite shoe. I picked these up in 2011, and from then until now, these have pretty much been my go-to shoe. And up until now, I wouldn't even consider wearing these shoes to do yard work or to go to work in. But now, since they've gotten as dirty as they are, with the stains all over the suede, the insole being really dirty, and the bottom tread is practically gone, this is actually a shoe that I would now consider wearing to work. I actually just used to throw these shoes in the wash, and I've done that upwards to at least 10 times, just to keep them as clean as possible, but it's gotten to a point now where it really just isn't worth it. But on a side note, I do think that this particular shoe does not look bad at all when it is dirty, which is why I think they released those OG style Infrareds earlier this year with the yellowed sole and the darkened suede. But back to my point, I know that there's a lot of people out there that would consider that when a midsole's paint start to crack, that particular pair of shoes are very shortly on their way to becoming a pair of beaters. But I do have an example here that proves that may not always be the case. My Cool Grey 3s. I wore these shoes for the first time about 2 weeks ago. I only wore them for about an hour or two walking around the city, and this was the end result. And now the only part of the shoe that has anything wrong with it whatsoever is the midsole. The toe box is perfectly fine, no creases at all, the shoe's not dirty whatsoever, but because of the excessive cracking on the midsole, the shoe now looks less appealing. So with the entire upper of the shoe being in great condition, aside from the midsole, would you say that this pair of shoes is shortly on its way to becoming a pair of beater Cool Grey 3s? I don't think so. This shoe is one of my grails. I have absolutely loved this color on this silhouette since the moment I first saw it. And even with the midsole looking the way that it does, I would still pick and choose when I want to wear these shoes, and I would never just throw them on my feet to run across to the store real quick like I would do with these. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on that and I'll move on to the next question. Is there a shoe out there that you would not wear after purchasing for yourself? And no, I'm not talking about for sentimental reasons. I'm talking more on the money side of things. Because there are some shoes out there that cost well over $1,000. Let's take the Yeezy 2 for example. I know that there's a lot of people out there who have paid reseller prices. Hell, I know that a lot of people even paid retail for that who still refuse to wear the shoe because they don't want to crease up the toe box or get the shoe dirty. But my real question here is, are you really not worthy of putting your foot inside that shoe just because of its price tag? I mean, Nike doesn't make those prices, we do. In my opinion, if someone is willing to pay $2,000 for a pair of shoes, then that sets the standard reselling price for that particular shoe. And take into consideration that the Yeezy 2 retailed for just under $250, which is still pretty damn high in my opinion. But its value was nearly doubled just because of the hype of the shoe and the people out there that were willing to spend that much money on it. And yeah, you could sit here and argue to me that the reason the price is so high is because the shoe was released in such limited numbers. But to me, it's all about the name behind the shoe and not how many pairs were released. For example, let's say tomorrow I wake up and I decide that I want to make a t-shirt on top of the line quality material, but I only decided to make 5 of each size, ranging from small to extra large, and sold them for $20 a piece. And then let's say that a few of my friends buy them, maybe some of my subscribers, and all the shirts sell out. Now, nobody knows who I am on a national scale, so if you tried to resell those shirts, no one would care that they were that limited because nobody knows the name behind them. Yeah, the shirts are limited, and yeah, they're top of the line quality, but did Kanye put his name behind it? No! So no one cares! Which supports my personal theory of limited numbers not meaning as much as the name behind the product. So with all that being said, I think I'll close out this video with one last statement. Wear your shoes! This shoe is from 2007 and hadn't had a foot in it for 6 years, and look what happened. Now I know that Jordan 3s from 2007 are notorious for having this problem with the midsole, but I mean, look at this. I mean, I want to enjoy wearing my grails and having them look good, and I have to restore the shoe after one wear. Even though I'll probably wear them 4 or 5 times before I actually do that. But my main point is, just enjoy your shoes. You obviously don't have to wear your shoes. You buy them with your own money, and if just putting them on a shelf and looking at them is how you enjoy them, then cool. But I prefer to wear my shoes whenever I can, because Monday through Friday I'm working in a shipping facility, and on those days I'm lacing up my Laser Blue Air Max 90s and walking to work. And those shoes are absolutely beat to hell. But my point is, I don't really get to wear these shoes here sitting behind me as much as I really should. Which reminds me, I need to take a day off. But with all that being said, I want to thank you guys for stopping by and supporting my channel. I just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, and to be 100% honest with you, I didn't even think when I started this channel that I would exceed 100. So thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking my videos, and thank you for leaving comments. It truly means the world to me that there are people out there who can actually enjoy the content that I put out. It's truly awesome, and you guys are absolutely incredible. Thanks again for watching, and as always, have yourself a good day. Actually, whoa. Don't click out of the video just yet. I want to tell you guys about a new Instagram page that we just started. The username is @SRSXFCC, Sneaker Revive Sydney and Foot Clan Customs. I will put the name right here for you guys, and be sure to check it out. Now on my personal Instagram page, I don't usually post a lot of pictures of my finished restorations or custom work, but on this page, every single thing that we do is going to be posted on there. So if you're interested in seeing more of our restorations and more of our customs, be sure to give us a follow. Wear your shoes!